3 reasons why you should be focused on financial independence in 2024 and move it forward. Hey, Jason here. If you've been watching the channel, you've been seeing me as I've been going through this 9 years as an expat, left the United States in 2015, and now in 2024, I am on my 3rd continent and in my 4th country where I'm residing in Zambia. And so one of the things I've started doing is actually peeling back some of the layers, opening up and letting you know not only how I have been successful at doing this, but most importantly, sharing some of the tips and things I've learned on the way. So in case you want to do a lifestyle like this, also, you can have a smooth and easy transition while you're doing it. And so let's go ahead and dig into today's video. So today's video is actually coming from, I was speaking with my mom the other day, and it really broke my heart. I haven't seen her in about 2 years now. She was planning on coming here to Africa, and hopefully she still will be able to get to, but her job got in the way. And what I mean by got in the way, like she wanted to take 30 days off, and they was like, oh, the most you can take is 15 days off. And it really annoyed me because it brought back a lot of those emotions when I was working for the post office, when I was in the military, all of these different things that I had to ask for my time. And I think a lot of us are not understanding how much time is consumed with working a 9 to 5. It may say they're hiring you for a 9 to 5, but that end up stretching out to maybe 12 to 16 hours a day. And not only that, most importantly, it's taking time away from your family, the people you truly want to be with, and taking time from you being able to actually pursue your dreams and goals. And when I woke up what made me wake up from it and made me really get disgusted with working in the post office was after my mother-in-law had passed away. I was like, hey, my mother-in-law just passed away. I need to get my wife out there. Oh, there's no one to cover the shift. You need to be here. You can't just leave. And so I ended up, a buddy of mine ended up driving her all the way from Dallas, Texas to Houston, Texas, and dropped her off, which I'm appreciative of to this day. And so she could be there with her family. And while she was there for like 2.5 weeks, I'm sitting back working. And then when I went for the funeral, then it's like, oh, well, you got to make sure you're back here by Monday morning. And mind you, I left on a Friday. And like, I was really freaking annoyed. I'm like, as much time, sweat, everything that I'm giving to this company, you don't give a damn about me when I'm going through something. And that's when I realized no one is going to care. No company, no matter how much or how little they pay you, is going to really value you as a human being. You're just a number to them, a body to fulfill a slot. And you need to be filling that slot at all times. And so that's what made me pursue leaving not only the post office, but leaving the workforce altogether. Now, thankfully, I had my military pension behind me, so that made it a smoother transition for me. But you may not be as lucky as someone who went to the military and have that pension behind them. So what are some things that you can actually do? Because I feel like one of the most important things that you can do is have time freedom. When you have all your time to yourself, a full 24 hours a day, you can accomplish so much in so little. And you start realizing like, man, how was I not able to do this over time? And so the first thing you want to do is you need to monitor your assets to liability ratio. And what I mean by that is how many things are you just frivolously spending? What are your assets? What are the things that are just debt? All debt is not good debt, and all debt is not bad debt. Some debt is actually a good debt, especially if it's a debt that is actually paying you or cash flowing. Like let's say if you take out a $200,000 loan and you bought a fourplex. Now, if that fourplex, you have 3 people rented out and you're living in one, not only are they paying your rent for you, but 2, you're getting income off of 3 different other properties. So that is good debt. However, what is bad debt? Are you just buying things that you don't need to do? Are you just getting new car loans every year? Every few years when you finish paying off a car now, it's like, oh, let me get another car loan now. I need to upgrade and get something new. I remember when people were laughing at me for driving a 1984 Volvo. They were laughing at me. And I was like, bro, I don't do car loans anymore. I pay cash for my cars. I don't care what year it is. As long as it get me from A to B, no problem, and I'm comfortable, I don't care. You can laugh at me all you want. And even to this day, that car is still driving on the street. And my Cadillac, I paid cash for. My Firebird, I paid cash for. My truck, I paid cash for. I like to pay cash for my cars. Even here, I'm saving up now to be able to just pay straight cash for a car, which I'll be getting next year. And so really think about that. I'm really monitoring my assets. My assets to my liabilities. And so I think I said that backwards earlier. Your liabilities is what you want to be cautious of. Your liabilities are things that are really bad debt, which can be car loans. It can be buying sneakers. Like, let's be honest. If you don't have a lot of things, your liabilities is not stacking. If your assets is not stacking up high, then maybe you shouldn't be buying $200-300 pair of shoes. Those shoes are not going to return your interest. Like here, I buy a bunch of Jordans. I buy knockoffs. I pay $20 for each pair of shoe that I buy. I don't care if someone realizes they're knockoffs. You're not buying my shoes for me. I'm not here to impress you. But guess what? I have assets such as I'm invested with Cardone Capital into different multiple properties in the United States, in the state of Florida. I have assets such as silver 1-ounce coins that I continue to invest in. And once I go back to South Africa, I'm going to be buying some more while I'm there. Like, those are the things that I'm worried about. And so you want to be cautious of what your asset to liability ratio is. And you want more assets to liabilities. Like, a lot of us have been taught to look at that the wrong way. And because we've been focused on buy and spend for the moment, we have accumulated more liabilities than assets, and that make us dependent on our job. And so the second thing you want to be looking into, what is a side hustle that you can do? If you're saying like, hey, I don't have time to try to create a business for myself and things like that, then you might want to look into a business in a box or network marketing, or what you may have heard of, multi-level marketing. Now, I know there's thousands and thousands of videos out there telling you how it's a scam. They're just feeding you a bunch of positivity. Don't you want positivity in your life? Aren't you tired of those negative energy drainers that's in your life each and every day? I know I got tired of them. I stopped answering my phone. Even to this day, I don't answer my phone majority of the time because I don't know if someone's going to be trying to drain my energy. And I don't have any time to give to an energy vampire. And so network marketing is an entry-level opportunity for people who do not know how to start a business. This is how I started out. I started out in network marketing. Now, what you want to look for when you're looking into a network marketing company, what are some products that you will use? If you're into health, you may want to be into a health and wellness company. If you're into beauty, get into a beauty company. If you're into like learning about insurance and things like that, get into network marketing MLM that is about insurance and life insurance and those things. Like, there's different areas for no matter what your interest of life is. So do not think, oh, this is the only thing I can do, or I've tried every network marketing company out there. There's thousands of them. And these are legit companies that pay you money. Every company that I have started with, I have made money with them. I have leveled up. Never did I think, oh, if I sign up 5 people, I'm going to become a millionaire. No, I knew it was going to take work. I knew it was going to take hustle. It was going to take some grit. It was going to take some thick skin to hear no. And trust me, it's not fun hearing no, but when you start getting those testimonies from people like, yo, Jason, I appreciate this. Man, I'm having so much energy. I remember when I was with Zija, the company's out of business now. Well, actually, they were bought up by a different company. And the products they were using, which I was using too in Colombia, plenty of people was like, man, I jumped out of bed today. And it was the first time that I didn't have any aches and pains. And I was just able to walk freely to the bathroom without groaning. Do you know how great that felt to hear that testimony? Do you know how great that person felt? And do you know how many other people they were referring to me? Like, that is one of the beautiful things about network marketing. So if you approach it as a true business, learn the skills, develop the skills, you can start making money in network marketing. And it's a great way to bring in secondary income. Remember, I'm all about MSIs, which is multiple streams of income. Even here in Zambia, I'm about to get into a network marketing company, believe it or not. because one, there's things that I want to improve on my health. And two, I know that when I'm able to use those things and show how those things can work for you, I can help others improve their health goals also. When they're maybe thinking like, man, there's nothing out there that can help me. Oh, I've tried everything. You haven't tried everything under the sun. So just remember that, and do not just turn your nose to network marketing because someone else told you, oh, it doesn't work. Look at the results of that person. And I guarantee you, anyone that's telling you network marketing don't work is someone who does not get results. People who get results will work that business. They will find a way. They will keep continuing to do it. Most people end up quitting. And if you quit, you will never win. And the third thing that you want to actually start doing to be able to start getting that financial freedom is start setting money aside in investments. One of the things that I try to explain to a lot of people now, with how small the world is getting, now that people know people from all over the world. Like, think about it. You're watching me right now from Zambia. 10, 15 years ago, would that even have been possible for you to know Jason lives in Zambia? Would you have been even know anyone that lived in Zambia if you wasn't originally from here? Probably not. And so look at being able to invest in things in other countries, especially if, let's say, you're over the 40-year-old mark, 50-year-old mark. But even if you're young too, like, don't discount this because you're young. But if you're someone in your 40s or 50s, your money that you're making right now can multiply in other countries. Like right now, today, $1 is about 26 kwacha. You can get land out here. You can start developing a farm. You can start building your dream home out here at a more affordable cost. Let's say if it costs you about 50 to 100,000 US dollars to build your dream home on land that you own, not land you pay taxes on, land that you own. And you can pass this land down to your children, your grandkids. How great would that feel? Like, you have to start thinking about that now. So start looking at places where you can multiply your money. Now, if you can get dual citizenship or get residency here also, get into the banking system here. The banking system here is paying way more interest than it is in the US. I know when I left the US, it was 0.000 something. Here, I get about a 6.5% interest in my savings account with their bank. And also, I'm starting up next month term life insurance for 5 years, where I'll be getting 11.6% compounding interest each year. How would that sound for you? So many people are sitting on 401ks that are not producing interest. We have to stop falling for this scam of thinking the government is going to take care of us. The reason why most governments went from a pension system to a 401k self-pension system is because they expect you to learn how to actually invest your money wisely. But guess what? You will never be able to invest your money wisely if you're only working your job each and every day, 5 to 6 days a week. That is the catch. That's where the scam is. To learn how to invest your money, you have to actually know what you're doing. You have to study. You have to go to these investment events. Like last time I was in Las Vegas, I was at an investment event. That's how I learned about trust. That's how I learned other levels of business that I was lacking the skills in. And I started taking notes and I was looking at things. Please hear me on this. Do not expect the government to take care of you. You must take care of yourself. And one of the best ways you can take care of yourself is look outside of your home country. Look into what the benefits of being into another economy has for you. Coming here, yes, it's a beautiful country. The people are great. But I'm telling you right now, it's just us. This is being real with you. If I was not getting a financial gain here, I wouldn't be here. It's always about putting yourself in a better financial footing than where you come from. And that's one of the things that I always look at when I go from country to country. I need to see how much my money's multiplying, the safety, and then what are the things that I'm going to get on benefit for being able to invest in that country. I have land here. I'm still looking for more land that I'm looking into. There's land outside of a village that I'm looking into getting right now to start building tiny homes for nurses and teachers. I'm also looking at some of the land to buy just chill spot areas, bringing the city lifestyle to the villages out there, giving people a place to just go and relax and just kick back. Like, those are the different things. Now, I will tell you this, if you follow me on TikTok, that I am going to be able to be crowdfunding with that. So if people want to get into that too, you will have that opportunity. So just make sure you follow me on TikTok at Jason Chaney 777. But most importantly, I just want you to take away this. Fight for your time freedom. Please fight for your time freedom until you have 24 hours a day and you have no obligation to do nothing for at least a week, maybe 2 weeks. That's when you're going to start appreciating and realizing, yo, this work stuff ain't for me. So many of us say we want to work, but I'm telling you, how many of us have gotten ahead of working? I remember at the post office, I met a guy, he was there over 50 years. And he was like, oh man, I can't wait till one day I'll probably be able to retire. And I asked him, like, bro, you've been here 50 years. What is stopping you? Like, you should be set. He was like, nah, I still got debt. I'm paying off this. I did a reverse mortgage on my house. I did this. And I'm like, you're forced to still work and you've been working a government job for 50 years. Something's not right with that system. And so please hear me on this. Fight for your time freedom. I don't care if you got to set aside $1, $5, however you have to do, fight for your time freedom. Because when you get your time freedom, the financial independence becomes a lot easier because the MSIs become a lot simpler because you have time to actually learn those things correctly. Like, let's go with network marketing or investing or real estate. Do you really think after putting in a hard 8 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week, you have a lot of time set aside to really, really learn that business in and out? I'm telling you firsthand knowledge, you don't. Until I had my time freedom was when I was able to really start expanding my wisdom on business. And so please fight for that. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you're an expat, an entrepreneur, someone who has all their time freedom, let people know in the comments what I'm talking about. Because sometimes people think like, oh, Jason, you're lucky. I'm not lucky, guys. I fought for it. And I literally fought for it. I went to war. That's how deep it was for me to have my freedom. I fought for it by going to war. And that's what gave me my pension. And I don't want you to have to go to war. I don't want your kids to have to fight for this. I want you to be able to have a simpler and easier transition into financial and time freedom. And so that's why I'm sharing this video with you. And just remember this, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.